Welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel, to the Hbar family. Let's get right in today's update. Really take a look at what's happening with the price of Hbar as we are going into Wednesday morning. So looking across the board, you can see, we're seeing quite a bit of red across the board. Market has been all over the place. Starting off today, it wasn't actually a bad day, to be quite frank with you. But again, Bitcoin did tumble towards the downside, which of course has dragged the broader market down with it. I know a lot of people are frustrated, but again, this is part of the game. And again, Bitcoin is something we've been paying attention to day in, day out, so it shouldn't really be a big surprise. So as far as Hbar's price is concerned, 17 cents right now. It's actually up about 0.2% on the USD side of things, and it's also up 0.2% on the Bitcoin side of things. I'm sure we'll definitely take that rather than it being in red. Valuation 7.25 billion, and the 24-hour trading volume at about $216 million. As always, just a quick disclaimer: anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So we're going to be taking a look at the Bitcoin dominance first and foremost, as you know. And as far as the dominance is concerned, you can see from our last update, it skyrocketed up to almost 60%. And you can see once again, we have seen a little bit of a retracement. But things are picking up over the last 1 hour, to be exact. Why are things picking up, you may ask? That is because of Bitcoin. Bitcoin had an amazing day today. We saw a 6% increase for Bitcoin in a single daily candle. You can see for yourself. So quite a sharp bounce. But then, of course, Donald Trump came and commented on the tariffs once again, and you could see we have seen the price of Bitcoin pretty much round tripping to where it was prior to this major green candle that we did end up seeing. And yes, liquidation numbers are crazy. Obviously, on the long side, we did see a lot of them getting liquidated. But again, you're finding the price again at the $107,000 price point, something we've been talking about time in, time out. We are failing to get into the 23.6 and actually remain above it. I know you guys are probably going to be like, Crypto ZX, well, 2 different retests over the last 48 hours, but we never really saw the price consolidate and close above that key range, and that is very critical. So we're back to where we were, and we're not out of the woods yet, and maybe we still do see some of the downside. But again, just want to continuously remind you guys to take a look at this beautiful green candle that we did see. That's how fast things can turn around. We still have a lot of time left for the month of October to end, and a lot can still happen. But as far as Hbar price is concerned, let's give it a refresh live. Hbar's price is, of course, in the 78.6 Fibonacci retracement level, but that's not what we want to be focusing on. We want to be focusing on, the wick at 18.2 cents. So, we did come back to that key range. We actually discussed that yesterday with you guys, if you remember. And the price did come up to that level, but we did see a rejection. So, pretty much, like I said, going back to, what we just discussed with Bitcoin. But let's take a look at it on the closer time frame. On the hourly, you can see for yourself, we actually broke above, our September 20th level, which was, of course, around the 18 cents. We actually came up to 18.2 cents. Exact resistance is at the 18.2 cents. But unfortunately, we did see, like I said, the price of Bitcoin making its way towards the downside, and Hbar is finding itself back down to that key range. And again, if you want to put this into perspective, Hbar did go up earlier today about 8%. So kind of replicating what Bitcoin is doing. I mentioned that's in my Cardano update as well. I know a lot of people are going to be wondering, why is the price of Hbar, along with some of the other altcoins, not outpacing Bitcoin when Bitcoin sees about a 6 to 7% move? And that is all because of the dominance. Because you could see dominance was hovering around 59.6%. We actually went up to 60% almost. So that itself is something that you want to be obviously keeping in mind very, very closely. Again, as far as Hbar's price is concerned, you want to see the price pushing above October 13th level, which was around almost 20 cents. And then I think, we're back to, where we need to be, which again is the 61.8 Fibonacci retracement level. We did come very close to that, to be honest. That was only about a 7.3% move from earlier today. But again, we need to be paying very close attention to Bitcoin right now. So I'll keep you guys covered. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. Where do you see the price of Hbar going? I personally believe once we, reintroduce ourselves back in the 61.8, this is where things start getting exciting, for Hbar along with altcoins. But keep an eye out on Bitcoin right now. Love you all. See you later. Been Crypto ZX, and peace out.